Prosperity and abundance through the Most High Elohim. I am Mrs.Melaninreigns, and it is an honor and a pleasure to be back with you all. So, one of the videos that I definitely wanted to cover as I return back to this platform is the twin flame dynamic. Now, I know a lot of people met me as a twin flame reader and channeler. However, as I mentioned in my last two recent videos, I'm no longer on that path. I will no longer be covering that dynamic at all. And I feel really grateful to be able to even say that with clarity because I know that in the in the past, I didn't have as much clarity as I needed. So I knew I resonated with the feeling behind what I was speaking on and the reality of what was playing out in my own situation. However, now after studying narcissism, I have a lot more clarity on this whole twin flame, what is described as and what the essence of it is, especially as it becomes more popular. Now, I know this is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. So, like I said in my last few videos, I know that people will have to filter themselves out, and the new people who resonate or align with my vibration more will filter themselves in. And then there are people who are on the same path, all on the same journey, and they have a similar vibrational resonance. So, this is something that will help them on their path where they are. So, like I said, with this twin flame dynamic, it is the dance between a narcissist and what other people call an empath or the anointed one. Now, before we get deeper into that, I do want to say that divine partnership is very real. Divine partnership is very real. However, divine partnership does not require you chasing anybody and anybody else being the runner. Divine partnership does not require any type of abuse. It does not require that. Yes, there may be things between two parties that they will have to balance out, or they may have to work towards, or there may be a shift in direction, but those are things that each party does on their own because each party has their own willpower. Whenever you see that there is a dynamic where someone seems to be running and the other person is chasing, and then once that chaser pulls back their energy, then suddenly the other party starts to pay attention to them, you're dealing with narcissistic abuse. That's what you're dealing with. And even when it comes to placing such importance on another person, that boils down to idolatry. That comes from a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-esteem. And it's not to say that you don't know you're a beautiful person, you don't know that you have a lot to offer, blah, blah, blah. It's deeper than that. Even when we are aware of how great we are, or how much we have to offer, or how valuable we are innately, a lot of times we're still in that wounded space. So when you see the feminine energy operating in that light, she's not quite yet stepped into her divine femininity. She's still in the space of the wounded feminine, the dark feminine. And so there's a lot of confusion between what the dark feminine is and the wounded feminine, rather, and what the divine feminine is, because the divine feminine is not this balanced person that people portray it as. So she's just as evil as she is good. No, 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 no. The divine feminine has used all of her lower self, learns to use her lower self. Okay? She learns to illuminate that. She learns to integrate that so that her higher self can be empowered. She learns her lower self so that it cannot be used against her, so that she can move away from family iniquities, so she can move away from generational curses and replenish and rejuvenate her bloodline. The divine feminine does not dibble and dabble in corrupt company. So when we are in that energy, we're still operating from a wounded feminine space where we want to be seen for our divinity, and we're using that divinity as like, like some type of trophy or some type of um, elitism. Okay, so those are signs that you're still in your wounded feminine energy. And like I said, I know this is going to rub people the wrong way, but I had to be honest with even myself that in those moments I was not quite divine feminine. I was on the path to divine feminine, striving for the path of the divine feminine, but not truly in that. And that needs to be noted, because now in the world everybody's claiming to be divine feminine. Everyone's masquerading as divine feminine and divine masculine. Everybody's operating as if the person that they're with, or this person that they've called their twin flame, they're masquerading it as divine partnership. And that normalizes abuse. That normalizes unrequited love. That normalizes idolatry. All of those things we want to stay away from, because those things don't break generational curses. Those things do not elevate us as divine feminine and divine masculine. Those things hinder us and allow other things to overtake us. Okay, so with this twin flame journey, it is absolutely the dance between a narcissist and an empath. And somewhere along the line, the empath starts to embrace narcissism themselves to protect themselves. So you'll see people say, oh, I'm not focused on the divine masculine, I'm going to go do this, da, da, da. Well, that's not your divine masculine. You're not quite in the energy of the divine feminine yet. And the twin flame dynamic is not high vibrational love. It's not high vibrational love. Okay, so with that being said, yes, divine partnership is very real. Do you need to call it a certain thing? Not necessarily. But love is love. There's no such thing as true love. Love is just love. So when you're able to identify that, you're able to see other things for what they are, and they're not love. It may be lust. It may be disdain. It may be covert disdain. It may be obsession. It may be all types of other things, but there is only love. And when someone loves you, even if you guys have to take time away from each other, they're not going to intentionally do things to hurt you. They're not going to just completely ice you out, or only come around when it's convenient for them, or only come around when they see that you're moving away from them. This person will, and it's not hard. It's not hard for someone who loves you to prioritize you in the midst of whatever they may be going through. So that means in the midst of their healing process, in the midst of healing through trauma or whatever, they can still incorporate you in that journey. So we really need to become clearer with that, so that, if it is for you, I understand. And if it's not for you, I understand, because I know that back upon my journey, like a few years ago, I wouldn't want to hear this. I wasn't ready to hear something like this. I wasn't ready to even accept the reality. I wanted to hold on to that person, hold on to the dynamic, and that's fine. So just be where you are and allow yourself to grow authentically. I'm a huge advocate for that. But I must put this out there for those people who it will resonate with. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe in a year, maybe in 5 years, whenever it may be. So if you guys look, I've taken down all of those videos, the viral videos. I deleted them because there's no need for me to have that type of content out there anymore. Regardless of money it generates, regardless of anything, it's my duty to come and speak authentically every time as I ascend on my path. And you guys know I don't make a video unless I feel called, unless I feel led to do it. So here we are with that. And like I said, keep in mind, divine partnership is very real. You don't have to put a label on that. You will know when someone loves you as soon as you really dig deep and learn to love yourself. And not in a narcissistic way, because The self-love journey has turned into full-on narcissism and self-obsession and denial of the true work that needs to be done to truly have that peace within yourself. So I'm not speaking on self-love in regards to the narcissistic way it's being portrayed. I'm talking about working on your energy, seeing all aspects of yourself, purging things within you that you know don't serve you well, purging things within you that you know you wouldn't want for your child to inherit, things like that. Becoming a better person within yourself, becoming a better person to other people is all in alignment. It's all in alignment. And no journey where you're obsessing or so focused or addicted to readings or addicted to just kind of imposing upon another person's free will. Because when I think about it, it's just not, it's really not, well, how can I say this? It's not healthy to even try to peek into the life of another person in that way. Like, I had people go to different divination people about me, and I didn't appreciate it. I actually felt so disgusted by those people. I felt disgusted because why would you? I just want to know, why would they go and do? Why are you bringing up my name to these people? I don't care who it is. If it's a so-called prophet, if it's a divination person, I don't care. Why do you need to go and mention my name there? Don't put my energy in alignment with those type of things. So same thing for this. You have people going up and paying readers to look into the lives of a person that's letting you know they don't want you. They don't want you, and they don't want any aspects of you. So, when you truly find that self-worth and self-love, like I said, in an empathetic way, in a loving, authentic, wholeheartedly loving way, you'll learn that this path, anything like that, it's really not high vibrational. It's obsessive, it's low vibrational, it's not a good spirit to be working with. You shouldn't be obsessed over whether somebody wants to be with you or whatever. When they have a mouth, they can verbalize it. There's no anything that you have to wait for, or if they're married, get it out your head. Get it out your head. Don't obsess over anybody that's married. Don't obsess over anybody that's not showing you love, reciprocating the love that you're putting out, because you're worthy of love. You're worthy of love. It is not hard for someone who loves you to show you that, even if they have to continue to learn. So yes, some people are in divine partnerships. They might be calling it twin flame relationship because that's just popularized and that's out there. But no, some people are in divine partnerships, high vibrational partnerships, yes. Other people, they're not. They're in a low vibrational relationship, and they put a cloak on to portray it to the world as if it's something it's not. And a lot of them call themselves twin flames too. So don't be fooled by what people are putting out there. You need to know who you are. Where do you stand? If you're a woman, you need to know where you stand with yourself as a feminine energy. What are the things that you want to work on? What type of wife do you see yourself as? What type of mother do you see yourself as? What type of sister? What type of daughter? All those aspects, they all come together. It's never necessary for you to only be focused on a person, being with a person. It's obsessive. It's obsessive, and it's not of divinity. It's not high vibrational at all. So, like I said, I know it's going to rub people the wrong way, but I have to come with it. I have to come with it. Divine partnership is real. The twin flame journey is not it. That obsession of how they have to do this and they have to do that before they do that, or they're with somebody else, they just had a child with somebody else and you got to wait for them. No, not really. I'm not saying that those type of situations don't work itself out, and if two people are meant to be together, they'll be together. Absolutely. But for you to think that you have to do this type of work to get this from that person, that's not what you're here to do. You're here to work on yourself, You're here to do what you need to do to better yourself because it's what you are being guided to do. Let the rest fall into place. Do not impose upon anybody's free will. You absolutely should not be doing any spells or anything to attract anybody. Don't waste your time with that because you're going to always reap what you sow. So if you're using manipulation, manipulation will come back and use you. And that just is what it is. Okay, so I'm going to wrap that up here. We'll discuss this again in a different light. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whether they are, opposing or they are in alignment with what I just said, feel free to chime in. And I hope that this helps somebody. Again, I am Mrs. Melaninreigns, and it is always an honor and a pleasure to be back with you all.